And there we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, I am Mitchell
Rated M for
Saltzman.
mature.
Oh, hold on, I gotta mute that. Hey guys, so I gotta get used to not introducing myself as Mitchell from Gamefront. It's gonna take a little while. But anyway, hey guys, it's a Let's Chat time. For those that, if this is your first Let's Chat, basically it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just me sitting in front of a camera. We get rid of the barrier of the video games, you know, to take your attention away, or to take my attention away from you, and we just chat, and we have stuff to talk about today. For those that don't know, I officially started up my Patreon. So let's talk about Patreon. Let's right out of the gate, I think, address your number one question that I'm sure a lot of you have on your mind. What about James? So I did get to talk to James yesterday, finally, and we had a good conversation. You know, my initial plan for this Patreon idea was to have each of us do our own channels, our own YouTube channels, our own personal channels that are separate from Patreon, and then the Patreon would actually be a collaborative channel between me and James, where we would do stuff like James vs. Games, the Gamefront Gauntlet, you know, Gamefront updates, you know, maybe an expert walkthrough of Bloodborne when it comes out, and have that be the thing that people would pay money for. If they wanted to see, because that's the thing really that requires a lot of effort from the two of us. We gotta work hard to get together in order to film these videos. James brought up a very good point, and it's something that I also, you know, knew about, but you know, I was kind of hoping for a miracle. The honest truth is that in order for James to really get in on this idea, we would have to make a lot of money. You know, for me to do a Patreon, all I have to ask for is like $500, and that would be enough to keep me going as a part-time thing. For James to do it, James would have to bus all the way over here, which takes about 2.5 hours. Then we would record whatever it is that we're doing, and then he would have to bus all the way back home, which is another 2.5 hours, probably even more, because he has to do it when he goes back. He has to do it through LA traffic, and that would be a lot of hours spent just traveling for potentially very little gain for him. So, and that was something that, you know, he's right about. It would cost. We would need probably about $3,000 as like a baseline, and that would still be making a lot less than we did at Gamefront. So James said that he would help me out in whatever way he could. He would open his apartment to me if I ever wanted to come over there and record a video every now and then, which is why I included that James and Morgan stretch goal on my Patreon. And you know, yeah, he basically said he would be as supportive as he possibly could for me, but he doesn't think that doing a joint Patreon with the two of us would be something that would actually work out. And and you know, he's right. He's kind of right. I don't think it would work out either, especially because we can't actually use the official Gamefront channel to officially promote it. We can't upload our Patreon video to Gamefront because, well, we don't work there anymore. It would be kind of shady. The Patreon is currently at $303 a month. That's awesome, guys. We're only $200 away from the first goal, which means I would basically be doing what I'm doing right now. I would do you know, I would do more daily streams. I would put the streams on YouTube. And let me just also be clear, just because we don't meet one of the other goals doesn't mean one of those other goals will never happen. It means that I can't put it as a responsibility on my job title, so to speak. If I have extra time, I would love to do a video review, or, you know, a strategy guide for for Mortal Kombat. It's just I can't like officially put that as this is something that I must do in this month. It's more of a thing that, you know, if I have some extra time and you know, my work schedule isn't that bad, I'll do it. Mitch, what part-time or full-time job are you going to take in the meantime? That's a good question. I haven't thought about it yet. No, it's not true. I've thought about it. I've been thinking about working for FedEx, UPS. Those are typically pretty solid jobs that pay well. Don't require very, you know, specific skills. I have thought about GameStop. That's probably the bottom of the totem pole, but I have thought about it just because, you know, it would be a good way to fund this endeavor further, because they have that employee rental system where they want their employees to be knowledgeable about the game, so they essentially let them rent out one of their games one at a time, and that would be very helpful for my purposes. Why not just go a more traditional Twitch route? You have the hardest hurdle crossed with the base of consistent viewers. It seems like it would be easier to pick one popular Twitch game that you like and just stream that. If you picked a game you like starting with 400 and 330 to 40 loyal viewers, you could get involved with the community and blow up quick. I don't think that's the easier method. I don't think I have the skill at any one particular game to really make myself blow up on it. And also the thing about Twitch is that the big question of whether you can succeed on Twitch is a matter of whether you can get that subscribe button. The subscribe button is, you know, I think $4.99 a month. It gets you really cool stuff. It gives you custom emotes and stuff like that. But in order to get that, I think the actual Twitch guidelines say that you need a viewership of, I think, 500 or 1,000 viewers with each stream, which is a lot. Or you need a YouTube channel of about 200,000 subscribers. And even if I were to say, hey, I used to be, well, you know, I guess, yeah, you know, Gamefront didn't even have the subscribe button, so I guess we didn't even qualify for that. So even if I was to say, I'm a former Gamefront video personality, and, you know, here's our Gamefront Twitch channel, here's our Gamefront YouTube channel, could I possibly qualify for Twitch partnership? And, you know, I guess I could try that. I don't think it would work out very well because, like I said, even Gamefront didn't have that. Twitch didn't qualify for that subscribe button on Twitch. Are you going to put up ads on YouTube? I noticed that you don't have any. Yes, eventually I will. This is actually a tip that I learned from Zach, who attended lots of YouTube-ish like strategy conferences, meetings, stuff like that, because that was kind of his job. He was kind of the YouTube guy. Zach told me that a lot of channels that are starting out turn off their ads because they need every competitive advantage that they can get. And honestly, the views that they get when they're just starting out are really not going to get them very much money for advertisements anyway. So why turn away potential subscribers with advertisements when the gain of their, you know, get the money that you get from their views is really not that much? Mitch, I was talking with my buddies, and we thought it might be a good idea for you and James to possibly share a channel together instead of going separately. That way you can both create content and have it be seen in the same place. So yeah, Mr. IGN, can you give me a pronunciation of your name? I kind of addressed this at the beginning. I'm not sure. I'm sure people were still piling in. That was the very first thing I brought up. So me and James had a conversation. That was actually going to be my plan until I had my conversation with James, and we basically, you know, talked about it, and we talked about how much money it would require for us to really do that partnership, because if we did that partnership, it would absolutely have to be 50-50. Neither of us would accept anything less, and I don't think we'd accept anything less for the other. So we would have to go in and make, if I could get by with $1,500 a month, then we would have to make $3,000 a month, and that's not super easy to do. That's not super easy to do. And there's also the issue of it being a really, really tough drive for us to meet up with each other. We did it for Gamefront because we really thought that was our competitive advantage in the world of YouTube. A lot of people do walkthroughs, a lot of people do reviews, a lot of people do Easter egg videos, but we were the only channel that had the chemistry that existed between me and James. And so because of that, we thought it was worth it to drive out every week or me drive out to him, and then when we did James vs. Games, he would bust out to me. And yeah, we thought it was worth it, and it was. I agree. I totally think it was worth it. I don't regret any day of driving out to James, even though it really is like a 5-hour adventure just driving sometimes. So yeah, that's the reason why we're not doing a channel together, and it's also the reason why I really want to. I really hope we could hit that $1,500 goal, so that we can do regular videos together. And once again, I just want to say, just because we don't hit a goal doesn't mean that the things that are in those goals are never going to happen. Just because we don't hit the $1,500 goal doesn't mean that I'll never do a collaboration with James. In fact, I think we are going to do a collaborative video this week, actually. We're going to drive over to Phil Hornshaw's place, and we're going to stream a board game. Phil just got a Aliens deck building card game, or board game, tabletop game, I guess you would call it. And we're going to stream it on this channel, Jurassic Rabbit, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun. I'm the Pyromaniac asks, "Hey Mitch, I'm a bit late, but if you don't mind me asking, why were you laid off of Gamefront?" So, once again, I can't really talk in specifics about this, and it's not because Gamefront is like forcing an NDA on me to not talk about specifics. The honest truth is that I don't really know. I can speculate. I would have to guess that it was simple reason of Gamefront wasn't making enough money. So for those that don't know, Gamefront was owned by Defy Media. Defy Media, let me talk a little bit about the gaming brands that are under the Defy Media umbrella. There's Smosh Games. If you don't know of Smosh Games, they are one of the largest, if not the largest, gaming channel on YouTube outside of PewDiePie. Yeah, they're absolutely enormous. There is The Escapist, which is, one of the most beloved, I think, video game websites out there. The home of Yahtzee's Zero Punctuation. Used to be home of the Jimquisition before he went independent, taking the Patreon route. There's Warp Zone, which does a lot of really great YouTube videos. Lots of really great song parodies, video game related song parodies. What else is there? There's Gamefront, obviously, and there's Game Trailers. All four of those channels that are under Defy Media are a lot bigger than Gamefront in terms of, I think, their reach, their overall reach. Like, Gamefront does pretty well, and I think the unsung hero of Gamefront is really Kevin Thienlaus. I can't pronounce his name, but he runs the written walkthrough department of Gamefront, and he does an amazing job of working with his video walkthrough team to get videos up really, really quickly of how to find like all the achievements, how to find Easter eggs, how to find blah blah blah. He's usually the one that tips me and James off whenever there's an Easter egg, and we rush to film a video up of it and throw it on YouTube. So yeah, that's the reason why I think that we were laid off was because we just didn't make enough money. And I think that there's already too many brands of under Defy Media. That's, once again, speculation. I don't know. Let's see, what else? Am I going to try and still go to game conventions and stuff? I would love to. I mean, that would be amazing. I don't know how possible it's going to be, but I've managed to find my way into E3 for the last 7 or 8 years straight. I think it's 7 years straight, and I'd be damned if I'm not going to try to find a way in there again. It's a shame. Would be awesome. You and James are the reason I got back into Dark Souls. So Dark Souls 2 expert walkthrough with Mitch and James. Oh, thank you, Earth and Adventure. Yeah, have you told James he still isn't out of the woods on that Dark Souls 2 DLC expert walkthrough? Oh, man. I sure hope he doesn't think that he's out of the woods on that. That would be awful. Maybe that was his plan. He was like, maybe if I put it off long enough, I'll get laid off from Gamefront and I'll never have to do it. Mr. Ignuff says, Mitch, how safe are the videos on the Gamefront channel? I mean, are they still going to be kept up there as far as you know? It would be devastating if the channel closed down and we lost all those walkthroughs / moments. As far as I know, I see no reason why they would take those videos down. They still make money, and yeah, it wouldn't make sense for those videos to ever leave YouTube. So I don't think you have to worry about that. Alright, so I got 2 more minutes, and then we're going to jump into my my Resident Evil playthrough, because it's going to be 12 o'clock. And, yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you guys. There's 47 people in the chat right now. What would you rather see? Would you rather see me play more Resident Evil today? Or would you rather see me start Dying Light? Because I have both. Alright, looks like it's going to be Dying Light. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go away for a brief minute, get everything set up, and then we'll be back with Dying Light. Thank you for watching this Let's Chat, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.